But, she talked about when she got me rolled over and started CPR, and she just kept saying, like, where's the fire department? Where's EMS? Where is EMS? And, I come from a family of believers. So she said at one point, she just heard this voice in the back of her head, like, hey, just let her go. She's been through enough. And she's like, absolutely not. Yes. Wow. Like, just this poor girl has been through so much. Just let her go. And she's like, I refuse to do that. Refuse to do that. Wow. Like, this is still my kid, even though she's 38 years old. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. She was like, I refuse to do this. And we joke now that, like, she brought me into this world twice. Once when I was born, and then once when she did CPR on me for 13 minutes.
Yeah, that's
she still threatens, I'll still take you out of this world if you sass me.
I brought you in twice.
I have all the leeway to do that. So we joke about that.
That's funny.
Yeah. We have to find the humor in it.
Yeah, you do.
Because that's how we cope with our trauma.
Especially, in professions like ours. It's like
right.
You kind of have to.
Absolutely.
And it's a good tool that we have in our, in our belt that we can use.
Yeah.
Especially for your family all being in the service industry.
Yeah. And I know my brother that's a firefighter, Sean, he's been in EMS, God, forever, for a long time. And he goes, after going through that with you, he goes, my first cardiac arrest, after it, he goes, I had such a different perspective. He goes, I had more compassion for the family. I had more compassion for the patient. And he's like, I obviously, on every cardiac arrest or every critical patient, I try to do my best. He goes, but this pushes me even harder now because sometimes whatever we do is not going to change the outcome. But he goes, but in this situation, like, if it was you, I would have gone above and beyond. So it definitely changed his perspective. Yeah. And he goes, now I understand. Obviously, I wasn't there physically when you had your cardiac arrest, but the aftermath, he goes, I take more time to talk to the family and just be so much more empathetic and caring. And not that he wasn't before. Right. It makes it more personal now. And for all of us, our first cardiac arrest after was pretty tough, because we're like, oh my gosh, like we know what to do, but like it's so much more real.
How was that for you?
So it was awkward in a way. It was Christmas. Actually, I think it was like after midnight on Christmas that year.
Of course it was Christmas.
Of course. It was like 1 a.m. And, I had to tell myself during the arrest, like, do not listen to the family. Like listen to them what they're telling me, but don't listen to the emotional side of it. Because like, if I pay too much attention to that, I'm going to get emotional. And I can't because I have to provide this care to this patient. And then when we left, like, of course, family started showing up and I was like, I need to go. Like, I need to go outside. And it was weird. It was just like, I know that was me at one point on September 11th, but like, I still had to like disconnect a little bit just so like I did not get into my feels about it or like get super emotional about it. But I had a good partner and she was like, doing okay? And I'm like, give me a minute. Let me get my thoughts together. And then I'll be good.
That's a good mentality.
Yeah.